Welcome to the Motivation Without the Hype podcast with your host, Gez Perez. He's an author, high-performance coach, and motivational speaker. This show brings you inspiring messages and interviews to unleash your greatness in life and in business. So let's get started.
This is Gez Perez here, and welcome to our Inspo Talk. And I'm excited to share our 5-part video series or podcast series, which is called Kick Procrastination Out the Door for Good. And today is our final part, which is number 5, and it is top tips that will help you quit. I said again, quit procrastination. Now, don't forget, we do have downloadable workbook guide to go through each of the series. So we got that in a provided link. And again, congratulations in going through the whole entire process of this 5-part series. So let's dig in and let's get started. So the question I want to lay out to you guys is, do you struggle with deadlines? Are your projects or bills always turn into late? As in, it could be at the very last deadline, or it's overdue. If so, chances are you have a challenge or problem or issue with procrastination. So for many, living things, or many things, by the way, there are a lot of people that tend to leave things in the last minute. And let me tell you, it can become a very bad habit, right? And so we need to create disciplines. Right? But how do we create disciplines if there's no desire, right? And that's why we need to come with a place of desire. And, I always say this, I'm going to say this again, and I trust that it continues to resonate with you, to give you insights. People always tell me, Gez, why do we lack motivation? Number one is because reasons. Reasons are not moving you, right? And that's the reason why we don't create great habits, is because there's enough bigger reason. When you have a bigger reason and a bigger goal that's going to move you and inspire you, I'm telling you right now, whether you're tired or not, you're going to make it happen because of the desire, right? Because desire will always influence and enhances that determination, right? And so we need to create great habits, right? And so we need to really identify what are the things that we always leave it to last minute and make a habit to do things a lot earlier, right? So if you are looking for ways to stop procrastinating and get more things done, we have specific tips that's going to help you today. Number one is you got to stop making procrastination easy, right? There are a lot of different ways we procrastinate. If your weakness is wasting time, right? If you've got steroids on your fingers and you love to swipe away, or things that, that really takes your time away, knowing that you need to get things done through productivity, these are the things that we need to really look forward and really identify, okay, these are the things that I need to highlight, what I need to do to replace it. You got to get rid of, those things that are wasting your time, whether it's website, whether it's scrolling through social media. I realize for myself, particularly with Facebook videos, right? You look at one, and even though they're short snippets, 30 seconds, you go on to the next one. The annoying part is the ads, and you just click until the ad goes away. But you just get drawn into it, and you don't realize that these 30 seconds of clips, and you go on through 15. Who's ever done that before? And that's the reason why get things done first, important stuff, and then you can reward yourself, right? But if you have a challenge with this, these are the things you need to highlight so you can track these down and identify so you can block it away, maybe turn off your phone, to avoid playing games or browsing on social media, because these are the main areas, because our smartphone is pretty much attached to our lives. And so these are the things we got to be aware of. Number 2 is you got to implement forced deadlines. If you don't have a deadline, if you don't put a date on when you're going to take action, it's just going to be a mere wish and a thought in the air. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't see it, and you don't see it physically, you don't see it on your phone, you don't see it on your notebook or your journal, and it's not in your subconscious mind, right? You're not going to get things done. And that's the reason why you got to implement forced deadlines, right? And for me, I put my timelines every Sunday afternoon. That is my thing. It may be different for you, but for my thing is I set out my goals every Sunday afternoon. And if I have time, I actually, in fact, make time only for half an hour to an hour to start taking action and get ahead of the game. And so that's halfway through the week, right? And so that's really important. So really forced, deadlines, because it's going to maximize your productivity, your efficiency. So you can set a timer, alarm, however you want to do it, things. It's going to help you to taking action and getting it done, completed. Number 3 is you got to nail down your motivations. Motivation is the key emotion behind procrastination. So when you are motivated to do something, nothing's going to stop you, right? Because you've got reasons. You got a bigger reason. You got a bigger why. You've got that determination, and you're creating great habits of discipline, right? And that's important. So, think of things or ways that's going to motivate, that tap into your feelings to getting yourself into a habit of getting things done. If fear of negative consequences is the only thing that motivates you, perhaps it's time to evaluate what you're doing so you can redirect it and put it into a positive state. All right. So now, next point is consider the emotional toll. Waiting until the last minute is not only lazy, it is also stressful. So think about the emotional toll procrastination has and decide if it's worth it in the long run. So you gotta, stop doing, identify what you need to stop doing, and then identify and create what you need to start doing. So for example, if you have a school or you have a work assignment due in 3 weeks, then is it worth worrying to turn it into a whole week's time? Or would it be better to get it a lot more done earlier to get that peace of mind? Now, in many cases, simply calculating the emotional toll is enough to motivate a person to taking action. So let's recap on this segment. So the top tips to quit procrastination is you got to stop making procrastination easy. You got to implement forced deadlines. You got to nail down your motivations. You got to consider the emotional toll as well. Now, I trust that these insights have inspired you to take action. And again, please do reach out to us for more info. And if we would love to serve you and help you on the provided links. Now, congratulations in going through the entire 5-part series of how to kick procrastinations. And if you haven't, and this is your first time, and you've only gone through this segment, I trust that you go through all the other episodes, and we'll put on the link so you can reference it and go through either step 1 or video 1 or podcast 1, podcast 2, whichever you are at. We'll provide those links there for you. So stay tuned for more. We are going to come with a couple of series as well. And I trust that it's also inspired you again and empowered your life to become an overcomer when it comes to procrastination. So if this episode has been helpful and uplifting, we would love for you to write a review to inspire more listeners to get plugged in. We will continue to provide high-value content in each and every episode. Now, if you don't mind sharing this podcast show on social media by inviting others, it would mean the world to me. Every time you tag me, we will get the opportunity to share those posts, and together we can make a difference in the lives of others through inspiration episodes just like this. So there you have it. In closing, continue to unleash your greatness and tell yourself that I can, I will, and I must, and we'll see you on the next episode.